This is such a boring video. It's vlog 900. I've been doing this 900 times. Good morning, friends. We are out on a walk. Say good morning.
Good morning.
We just made some stovetop oatmeal. Oh, look at these pretty flowers on this tree. It is about to rain, so we are just walking around the neighborhood and trying to beat it. So I'm gonna focus on that and then get in and tackle school stuff. Hello everyone, we are getting ready for quiet time. We just got Piggy up here. It is raining, so I don't think there's going to be any walks for him. We got in just before the rain really started coming down when we were out for our walk. We kept going a little bit further and a little bit further, and it definitely was sprinkling hard. Our clothes were getting quite wet, but it wasn't full on raining, so we were fine. At least it wasn't cold. But yeah, we came back in and did school. I think Jax is just about done and he's eating a late lunch. He had to do a lab on owl pellets, owl poop. And because this is a virtual class, you have to take little virtual tweezers and pick apart the poo and find the bones and match them up. And before he started, I'm like, grab your worksheets. There's lab reports and charts you have to fill in. Look it all over and see what you can do while you're doing it, because it'll be easier. He's like, okay. Then I think that's when we went out for our walk. So when I was making lunch, he comes to me, he's like, I left the sheet downstairs. It's that chart. And now I don't know what to put it in. I'm like, I don't too. So we had to do the whole thing over so he could fill in the answers. But I will grade that later. I've got to grade the project from Monday because he was missing that paragraph. So he says he has added that to his Google Doc and I can fully grade it now. My husband had the idea of having him design a Lego kit that he can do with Sebastian. So like getting some software for putting together and designing Legos virtually, and then hopefully it gives you instructions, like steps or the pieces. So I need to look into that. Only have 4 weeks left of school, or maybe 3 weeks after this week, 3.5. Last night I stayed up. Like before I did all my stuff, like sitting and knitting and going into Animal Crossing a little bit, I went downstairs and started setting up Easter baskets. So cute. I always love doing that. I like to have a little theme usually. So oh, I ordered something on Etsy ages ago, and the window for shipping was a big one, with the final day being 2 days after Easter. I'm like, okay, if it comes 2 days after, it's not a big deal, but it'd be nice if it came earlier. And then, I think I mentioned it, but right after, the shop suddenly shut down with a message saying, I'm gonna try to shut down for now and catch up on orders because there's been really huge delays and I'm so sorry. And I start reading the reviews that were popping up that week and they're like, it took a month or more to get to me, but everything's amazing, 5 stars anyway, but don't do it if you need it by a certain day. I'm like, so Jax knows that there's something coming and it probably wasn't going to come, so I got some like candies and stuff to add to the basket, and they're plenty full. They'd be fine without it. And I was just going to plan to give it to them later, but late last night I got a notice that the seller had printed out the shipping label. So if she actually drops it off today, it might actually get here and I can put those in their baskets. Not going to give any details right now in case they watch, but yeah, that's a nice surprise. I'm sorry, I am rubbing my back because it's always something with me. It's my ovaries today. They're just every few months have to deal with quite a lot of pain for a week. It's like mild, but then I'll have like 1 day to half a day with pretty intense pain, and I'm having that today. But I might take some Tylenol before we lay down. I don't usually take medicine since I've got to take aspirin every night, but I am allowed Tylenol. Not Advil, which probably would work better. It works better for girl stuff, but I'm not allowed to take that. So yeah, it's starting to give me like a lower backache. Hopefully it'll pass soon and not be too painful when it does. I don't know. If you're a girl, you might know what I am implying. Anyway, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say. I don't think so. Obviously, I didn't go to the mall. Wasn't feeling it. Didn't want to be around people. I do want to try to get myself some spring clothes besides these sloppy, oversized $5 Target t-shirts that my husband hates because they don't fit me. But they don't not fit me. They're just big. So I probably want to like go into places like H&M and see if there's anything. Like seeing things works better for me right now because things are sized so weird and they just don't fit my body. They're too short, too short, and so many places don't say like the length of the t-shirts and stuff, and I really just need to know. Honestly, my style is just so hard to find. It's kind of plain, kind of crazy, kind of goth, kind of hippie. I used to be able to find a lot of awesome skull tank tops and stuff at Hot Topic, but lately their stuff has been a disaster, just terrible. Because I guess it's not cool to be goth at the moment. But I might check anyway. Yeah, Jax was not upset to not go to the mall, even though he actually got dressed before I told him. Because he wants to get his April GameStop credits transferred to eShop credit, and today's March. Tomorrow's April, so yeah, maybe we'll go later this week, but I don't want to miss any nice days. On Monday I have my second vaccination. It's at the mall, but I don't think I'm allowed to bring the kids with me. I don't know. Nobody had kids with them, so I don't think so. There was definitely people that came in groups, but they all had appointments, or it would be somebody elderly with a walker or wheelchair and their caregiver. So yeah, sorry they don't get to go to the mall that day with me, but I'm so glad I logged in and just checked it just to make sure everything was still in there. I get a little nervous because my appointment is actually for 12:20 and I thought it was at the exact same time as the last one, which was 2:20. So I think my friend who volunteers there said you can pretty much come anytime after your appointment, but I want to go the right time just in case they've changed that. So yeah, those are all my updates. I've been talking way too long, but that's less to talk about tonight. Less for you to see my face, but this is such a boring video. It's vlog 900. I've been doing this 900 times, so maybe I'll talk about that later tonight. I certainly have no content because it is raining. We didn't even leave the neighborhood. At least I left the house. Yeah, that's our day so far. So see you on the other side of quiet time.
You can.
I don't know what's on it for.
Come on, go.
Hey friends, we are getting ready for bed, and I already talked to you right before quiet time, so I'm just gonna pick right up from there. I was hurting a lot at quiet time. Partway through, it started to feel a little bit better, but I mostly curled up in a little ball and answered Sebastian when he talked to me, mostly to say, can we get down yet? He didn't really get enough rest. I really wish he would still nap, but it's what it is. He got a little bit, but he's still kind of crazy tonight. A little overtired. But we went downstairs and I got to work trying to pack up some more donations. I went all the way downstairs to a closet, which is mostly like full of just shopping bags full of yarn and felt scraps and stuff. I'm gonna get some shelves over the summer and organize that. I can also put puzzles and board games in there. So I really need to go through it all, but I was trying to see quickly if there's anything I could throw in a donation box. And mostly it's gonna be between trashing and I guess there'll be some yarn maybe I could let go of, but that'll go in a different donation batch. I just didn't have time. I did find a really big old laptop bag up high on the shelf. I was like, oh, well, maybe I can donate that if it's empty. Let's see what's in it. It was so heavy. And I pulled it down and instantly I'm like, this is my first computer. Like, we had computers at home, but when I went off to college, I got my very first laptop. A Mac, an Apple 540C. C was color. It was color. My roommate freshman year had the 540 that was not color, and I had the 540C. It had 256 colors. So if I was like working on a web page back in the ancient days of the internet, when it was just starting, I loved making websites. But if I was making a GIF, the GIF would have a color palette And if it used 256 colors and they weren't the colors that my computer normally used, my whole like desktop would change to that color palette and look a little off. There were so many different things I had to do in Photoshop. It was so different. It's so different. Technology is amazing now. But yeah, that laptop mostly got me through college. I think at a certain point I started using my dad's, which was a nicer one. But of course I had to take out the power brick, which weighed as much as my laptop now. And the laptop, holy moly, it's so heavy. But I plugged it in and unfortunately it didn't boot up, but it did power on, and you could see like a gray halftone like preloading screen, and I could see the arrow and move it around with the trackpad. But it was making a really weird noise. I'll let you listen to it here. I had no idea what that was, but I have a friend in Australia. Shout out to Alex. He is a retro Mac guru. So I sent him that video. I knew he was probably still asleep, but he would get it eventually. And when we sat down to dinner, he messaged. I just saw that I dropped a gummy vitamin. I thought I didn't. I didn't see it, but it rolled under my foot. I need new bath mats because these don't wash clean anymore. Dogs, man. Dogs and husbands who hike and work in the garage. So, yeah, he messaged a whole bunch of ideas from maybe not savable to you could get it working again but not have your hard drive to just keep trying and maybe you'll have some luck. So maybe I'll pull it out soon and give it a try. Try booting it up, giving it a break, booting it up, that kind of thing. I would love to see what's on the hard drive and see it again, but it's okay if I don't, but I would love to. My husband might tackle it at some point, but obviously he's trying to rebuild a Jeep because it needs to be driven to the Outer Banks and not break down, because Yvonne's going to be driving it for us and we're going to be in our car with the dog and all the stuff. So yeah, he's got his hands full for the next month. But yeah, that was a fun surprise. I went back to packing up boxes, but my husband messaged at like 5:45 like, I'm starving. Are you going to start cooking? Because I volunteered to make soup today since it's a rainy day. So I'm like, okay, I will stop and cook. So I started the soup up. He starts the grilled cheese that they have. I'll have some crackers or bread or chips. I had some corn chips dipped in my soup today. I just don't like fake cheese, so I don't bother with grilled cheese. Hello, friends. Can you guys be cool? Be chill, please. Excuse this. This is a twisted up blob of the hairs I have to redo. They're all separated out to make it nice and fast for me tonight. But anyway, I made dinner and then I had to immediately go back into donation mode. I don't want to do it super late at night and be setting off the door cam, buzzing my husband's phone while he's trying to sleep, which is normally what I do. They say have it out by 7, so I would do it really late at night. But yeah, with the door cam it'd be like bzz, 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 on his phone. So instead I annoyed him while he was out in the garage trying to paint something. I'm sure he muted the alerts. And I got all the boxes labeled, all the bags labeled, got them all out. I spread out all of the board books that I was donating to multiple boxes so they wouldn't be too heavy. And then I pulled out some of the nicer books to donate to the library. Hopefully they will take them. I don't know. I haven't actually remembered to ask anybody, but they sell them. Then I'm trying to not eat past 8 p.m. right now. I might move that to 7, but I decided 8 is fine. I just want to give my body like 14 hours to fully digest. I know a lot of people use like a 16-hour, 20-hour fast to try to lose weight. And that's not my goal. My goal is to help my digestion. And I hear that the intermittent fasting, which it is called, is really, really helpful for digestion. My digestion is a disaster. And I know it's not good for me to keep eating like rice cakes right before bed at like midnight just so I can take my pill. So I'm moving my pill up. I forgot to take it till just now, so hopefully there's enough food still in my stomach that it's not going to burn a hole in it like it likes to do. But I'm trying to get into the routine of right after dinner I take my pill, and if I want to have a sweet treat or something, I need to do it right now before 8. So after I did the boxes, I quickly had a little treat, and then I made some mini sushi until 9 o'clock. I didn't have a lot of time, but I got some sushi done, as you saw. And here we are. I need to get this humidifier going, and my husband's back inside, so Ziggy's down there with him. They were all playing Mario Kart while I was downstairs, and I was tempting to come up and film them, but they just sounded like they were having a good time, and I didn't want to interrupt and maybe attract Sebastian away. I remember I'm down there, and he wants to play with toys that I've pulled out while I was sorting. Yeah, that is it. I'm kind of glad I didn't feel like going to the mall today because I enjoyed our little walk after breakfast. It started raining on us, but it wasn't cold. I don't mind a rainy walk if I'm not getting soaked, especially if I have an umbrella. I do that a lot at the beach. If it rains, I'm like, I'm not giving up a day of walking around the beautiful water. So yeah, that was totally fine. And now it's gonna storm a little bit more overnight and just get so cold again that I would rather do my indoor walk on a cold day than a warm rainy day. So maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday. And that's all the news I have for you. This is vlog 900. I have been vlogging for 900 days, and it is still not a burden. It's not a burden. I make my clips. I go into mobile iMovie, bring them all in. There's occasionally times where I put things in different order, or I save clips to cut as cutaways or picture-in-picture. I choose the title and the featured clip at the beginning, and then I decide what music from the little list I have on my phone of free YouTube music. I put that in, and then I just go once through, muting some clips, adjusting the volume on others. Maybe I speed up or slow down the time lapses depending on what I'm doing. Why are they so loud? Are you yelling at each other? And caption anything that needs captioning. I just go once through. I don't watch it again. Sometimes I don't watch these long clips where I'm talking. If I just feel like I don't have time, I just zoom through. I'll have a mental note if there was a point at which I was going to put a clip in, and I do have one. That computer clip needs to go in, and I'm sure I've forgotten at times to stick things in, and oh well, sorry. I don't proof these. That's the only way they go up. When I get to the end, I fade out the music, I give it a title, I immediately go and save some screenshots for my daily pictures, choose one to be the thumbnail, slap it into my template in a little app that lets you put text over things and images on things, and I use emojis and text to quickly make a thumbnail. It takes me about 5 minutes on average. Save it out, start exporting my video, and I move on with my night. The whole thing generally takes, I'd say, half an hour to 40 minutes. It's usually about double the length of video if I actually watch the whole thing while I'm editing. If I don't, then it's slightly under. So these are typically about 20 minutes. So it would take 40 minutes if I was actually watching the entire thing and not fast forwarding at all. But I generally will spend about 30 minutes. Later on tonight, when I sit down after everybody's tucked in and asleep, and I will go to YouTube on my phone in the browser. It lets me set my end cards, which pops up the videos for you to choose next, and my channel icon. And I like to turn off the likes and dislikes right now. I think you can still like and dislike, but it doesn't show a number. I just feel a little bit mentally delicate, and it's hard on me to see the dislikes, like when people come because they're recommended by YouTube for maybe I made some donuts or had a party and they're expecting it to be just a video about how to make the donuts, and then you see this person living their life and they just have to make donuts halfway through the day and then they give it a thumbs down. I'm like, it says vlog. The first word in the title is vlog. I'm sorry. And I know my life sucks and it's boring and I would give it a thumbs down too in my mind, but I don't want to see it. Maybe at some point I'll be to a point where mentally I can handle it. Hey, you guys are so incredibly loud. I can't even hear my own words and I'm like a room away. You're yelling. Please. All right. I've been talking way too long. This clip is going to clog up my phone. Thanks for being here. And if you were here from the beginning, you watched 900 videos of me. I don't think there's anybody who has been except maybe family, and I think they probably missed some. So if you have watched all 900 videos, I need to know who you are, because that is amazing. We need to talk, because I'm sorry. That's a lot of me. Anyway, good night, guys. Stay safe and be kind to each other, but don't forget to wash your hands.